Hello, all you Homo sapiens. Thank you for your questions on Facebook and Twitter. I just want to say I really appreciate it all. You guys were you had a lot more broad questions this time, so it gave me a wider range of things to answer, and I really appreciate it. First question was, where's the next place that you want to visit? Honestly, I want to visit Australia or somewhere in Europe. Why? I don't know. I just feel like I want to go there. I know there's a lot to see and do in Europe. Like, I want to go to Italy. I want to visit Spain. I want to visit France. I want to visit Belgium. I want to visit Poland. I want to visit Poland thanks to Wojtek. There you go, Wojtek. I mentioned your name. Australia, just because I'm so enthused and interested in what goes on in Australia. Where do you go to school? Do you like it? And talk about Chinese. Well, I go to school at the Chinese name is Chaoguang Keci Dashui, and in English that's Overseas Chinese University. I guess by the name you could tell that, of course, they take in people from overseas. They have students from mainland China there, and then there's us at 8 exchange students there too. And it's really interesting. I really enjoy the school. All the teachers, all the people, all the classes, they're all wonderful. I do have to say on my part, I do not like English class. That's just me though. The school itself, it's really lively. There's a lot of different activities to do. They have badminton, they have tennis, they have basketball, they have comic book club, they have guitar club, they have photography club, they just have a bunch of different clubs, and it offers so much for you to do. And like I said, I really enjoy this school, and I'm glad it didn't end up anywhere else. Though I would like to wear a uniform like all schools here in Taiwan do, well, all elementary, middle, and high school students do. I think that would be interesting, and that's a part of the culture. Talking about Chinese is probably one of the more difficult languages that you can learn. I'm not going to tell you it's easy because it's really not. I study every day and it is so hard to memorize all the characters. I mean, you don't really need to... I wouldn't say in these days that you should have to write the characters because everything now is becoming more technology based. So you could type up the character. If you can recognize the character, then you're okay. But when it comes to writing it down, that's a little bit more difficult. For some people, they have the photographic memory, so they see the character one time, they associate it with the sound or whatever, and then they have it memorized. Actually speaking the language, it's difficult too because there's 4 tones, 5 if you include the neutral tone, and that's just a whole different perspective on it. It's so much more difficult. You may think you're saying, like, if you want to say one thing, if you say it in the wrong tones, you may end up saying something bad or something that could offend somebody. So when you learn Chinese, you have to be precise on your tones. Was Taiwan your first choice? If not, do you regret it? Taiwan was not originally my first choice. My first choice was initially either to go to Italy or Japan, but I was too old for both, and then I just said, put me in any Asian country. And after a while, I was accepted to Taiwan, and let me tell you, I was so excited because it was a new place, and I would have actually gone anywhere if I could have. I'm really glad I ended up in Taiwan. Taiwan, I feel, is like where I was meant to go. Have you finally had homesickness? Honestly, I haven't really had homesickness except for when I was in Korea, which was about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month or so, and there I did have a little bit of homesickness, but I was homesick for Taiwan and homesick for the United States, but it wasn't a really bad homesickness. It was just I missed all my family and friends because I was far away from them, even further away from the United States. But all in all, I have had a little bit of homesickness, but it hasn't been anything too major. This next question is a long question, so I'm gonna actually have to read it. Has your stay abroad changed the plans you had for the future, or has it given you more focus toward the goals that you set before leaving home? Being abroad has given me more focus towards doing what I want to do. I want to be an oncologist. Before I left the United States, I had people tell me, when you go abroad, you may change what you want to do as a career path just because you've broadened your perspective on things. Well, being here has given me more focus. For those of you that don't know, I grew up with cancer for about 3 years. And that's when I decided I want to be a doctor. And from that point, from the age of 6, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And every day here, whenever I learn something new about the body, I get excited. It helps me. It'll help me more later down the road. So I really, really am dead set on being a doctor. Would you do it all over again? I would definitely do my exchange all over again, whether it be in Taiwan or a different country. Learning a new language, a new culture, meeting new people, experiencing different things is what life is about. You have to put yourself out there and not think about what if. What if I didn't do this exchange? What if I didn't go to this new place? What if, what if, what if? Don't think about the what ifs. Just get out there and do it. You don't want to let those what ifs hold you back. And when I first wanted to go on exchange, I was a little bit scared. I'm leaving my family for a year. But when you go on exchange, you find out that you grow closer to your friends and family. And that definitely does help a lot. Are you planning to attend college in Taiwan? I was actually honestly thinking about attending college in Taiwan just because, one, it's so much cheaper. And if I want to be an oncologist, I only have to go to school for 8 years or so. Whereas opposed to the United States, I'm looking at 12 or 13. The cheap price range, if I want to go to medical school here, it's about $5,000 US a year, or maybe it's a semester. I know they're both different, but still, it's still a lot cheaper than what it would be in the United States. You would figure if you go to a local college in the United States, you're paying almost $30,000 a year. So I would definitely love to come to college in Taiwan. Alright guys, if you enjoyed my video, subscribe, like it, and also if you have any suggestions for me, leave a comment in the box below. I'm open to anything, and I will take on any suggestions on what I can do better. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video.